Welcome to Eureka Math. I'm Mr. Shankel. I'm going to be helping you today with Module 4, Lesson 24. Let's get started. Module 4, Lesson 24, we're going to talk about true and false number sentences again. And we're going to start with just an opening exercise to help you remember what we did in Lesson 23. So all I need to do here is say whether the statement is true or false. So I'm going to simplify to the point where I can tell whether they're a true or a false statement. So right now I'm going to take 4 plus 5 and rewrite that as 9. And it should say then 9 is greater than 9, and I know that's not true. 9 is equal to 9, so first one's a false. 3 times 6 is 18, so 18 equals 18 is the statement, and that's a true statement. The next one, 32 is greater than 64 divided by 4. Well, 64 divided by 4 is 16. So this should say 32 is greater than 16, and that's a false statement. Even if I read it in the other direction, it's still false. 16 is less than 32. I said that wrong, didn't I? Yes, I did. I'm glad I checked. 32 is greater than 16. Yes, 32 is greater than 16. And if I read it the other way, 16 is less than 32. It's true no matter what. Okay, let's take a look at D, 78 minus 15. Well, that's, let's see, that's 63. And 63 is less than 68 is the statement. And 63 is less than 68. Or, read it this way, 68 is greater than 63. True. All right, last one. 22 is greater than or equal to 11 plus 12. Well, that's 23. So this says 22 is greater than or equal to 23, and that's false. Okay, so we remember what we looked at yesterday in Lesson 23 was trying to decide whether the statements were true or false. All right, now, today, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to decide whether it's true or false, but before we can do that, we're going to substitute a number for the variable g. So on the left-hand side here, they're going to give us some numbers, some values for g, and in each column, we're going to substitute that number and see if the statement was true. So we'll start here with this box, and we're going to use, let me get a new pen color here. We're going to use the equation 4g equals 32, and I'm just going to rewrite this. So it's 4 times g, well, I know g is 8 first, equals 32. 32, and let me fix that. 4 times 8 is 32 is the expression, and 4 times 8 is 32, so 32 equals 32 is the first statement, so I know that's true. Plug a 4 in, so I'm going to rewrite it. 4 times 4 equals 32. 4 times 4 is 16, so 16 equals 32. Well, that's false. In fact, 4 times 2 is 8, and 8 doesn't equal 32, so that's false. 4 times 0 is 0, and 0 doesn't equal 32, so that's false. And 4 times 10 is 40, and 40 doesn't equal 32, so that's false also. All right? And your job is to go through and substitute. So these are all kind of the same thing. The first two columns, the 4g equals 32 and the g equals 8, are just going to have one possible answer, and in both cases it's the 8. If I put an 8 in, 8 equals 8 is true. 4 equals 8 is not true. 2 equals 8 is not true. 0 equals 8 is not true. 10 equals 8 is not true. All right, let's do one more and then I'll let you finish the rest. Let's see, if I put an 8 in, I get 3 times 8 is greater than or equal to 30. And 3 times 8 is 24. So 24 is greater than or equal to 30. And that is a false statement. Put a 4 in. 3 times 4 is greater than or equal to 30. Well, 3 times 4 is 12. 12 is greater than or equal to 30 is a false statement. What do you think will happen if you put a 2 in? Yeah, false. 6 is greater than 30? No. Put a 0 in. 0 is greater than 30? No. Put a 10 in. Well, that's 3 times 10 is greater than or equal to 30. 3 times 10 is 30, so 30 is greater than or equal to 30. That is a true statement because it's equal. So that one's true. Okay? Take some time, fill the rest of the columns in, and then come back and I will reveal the answers for you. All right? Go ahead and do that now. Okay, here they are. There's your answers for the rest of the columns. Take a quick look at those, and if you have any questions, please ask. All right, let's move on. Today, in your practice, you are going to need to tell me when equations and inequalities will be true and when they'll be false. So we're going to do it this way. We're going to say this statement will be true if R equals, well, what does R have to be to make that true? Well, 10 plus 15 is 25. So it's true if R equals 10. It's false if, well, there's a couple of things. If R is greater than 10, it's false. And if R is less than 10, it's false. So we have to say both. Remember this? The variable goes in the middle. If R is greater than 10, and if R is less than 10. Remember, read from the variable. This says R is less than 10. This says R is greater than 10. So if R is less than 10 or greater than 10, it's false. Try it out. Pick a number less than 10. 9. 9 plus 15 equals 25. What's 9 plus 15? Well, that's 24. Does 24 equal 25? No, it's false. Choose a number greater than 10. Say 11. 11 plus 15 is 26. Is 26 equal to 25? No, so that's false. Okay? So you have to decide. You have to tell me exactly when and what values make the statement true and exactly what values make the statement false. So let's look at B. 6 minus D is greater than 0. Well, this is true if, well, let's see. If I do 6 minus 6, that's 0. Is that greater than 0? No, that's false. So D would have to be a little bit less than 6, right? In fact, anything less than 6 would make this true. Anything less than 6 would make this true. So it's true if D is less than 6. Okay, try it out. Put a 5 in. 6 minus 5 is 1. Is 1 greater than 0? Yep. Put a 2 in. 6 minus 2 is 4. Is 4 greater than 0? Yes. Okay. When's it false? Well, it's false if D is greater than 6. Anything bigger than 6 will make this false. In fact, anything bigger than 6 and equal to 6 will make this false. Right? Put a 6 in. 6 minus 6 is 0. Is 0 greater than 0? No. So being equal to 6 is going to make it false. And being bigger than 6 will make it false. All right? Put a 7 in. 6 minus 7. Well, 6 minus 7 is negative 1. Is negative 1 greater than 0? No, it's false. Okay, so this is the idea. You have to tell me both. You have to say, when is it true and when is it false? And it has to be very specific. All right, try C, and then let's come back and we'll see if you got it right. All right, here's C. Let's see how you did. Good one. Okay, let's see. When is it true? Well, half of what is 15? Well, I know that half of 30 is 15. So it's true if F equals 30. Right? If F is 30, half of 30 is 15. And that's the only way it's going to work. When is it false? It's false if, well, there's two things. If it's bigger than 30 or smaller than 30, it's false. So I'm going to say if F is greater than 30 or less than 30. Okay? How'd you do? Well, let's try another one. Go ahead and pause the video. Try out this part D, y over 3 is less than 10, and then come on back and I'll let you know how you did. All right, here we are. Y divided by 3 is less than 10. Well, if I chose 30, 30 divided by 3 is 10, right? 30 divided by 3 is 10. It's still false, but I'm really close to a true answer. If I went bigger than 30, say 33, 33 divided by 3 is 11, and 11 is not less than 10. So I went the wrong way, didn't I? Anything bigger than 30 is going to be false. So the only way that I make this true is if y is less than 30. So a true answer is if y is less than 30, and it's false if y is greater than or equal to 30. All right, that's lesson 24. Your practice is the rest of the exercises and the problem set. I'll see you on Tuesday.